Hey everyone, it's Earnest and Jacqui here from the Earnest Key Team, here to teach you how to be a successful landlord in less than 10 minutes. To start this landlord journey, your documentation has to be in order. Part of the documentation includes a couple of licenses that you're going to need. For starters, you're going to need something called a commercial activity license. Now, this license allows you to conduct business in Philadelphia. Another required license is the housing inspection license. My wife and I like to use the acronym HIL for short. This particular license will permit you to legally rent out your units. Now, after you obtain your housing inspection license, or HIL for short, you must acquire a doc called a Certificate of Rental Suitability. This Certificate of Rental Suitability, or CRS, another cool acronym, must be provided to the tenant before they move into your unit. Distributing this cert basically informs the tenant that your unit is habitable. Another crucial and interesting fact about the CRS is that if you have to show up to eviction court for whatever reason and you did not provide the CRS to your tenant, you cannot execute a proper eviction.
Once all the proper documentation is in place, now it's time to fill your unit. The saying, "A picture is worth 1,000 words," is very relevant when it comes to marketing your rental. Consider getting your home professionally photographed while it's still vacant. Key tip: save these photos to market your unit in the future. A thorough description of the property and its surrounding area will set expectations for prospective tenants. Things like what floor the unit is on, is there air conditioning, will you allow pets, and how close to public transportation is your property. Something I've noticed is that not a lot of landlords maintain a detailed and organized database of all their prospective and past clients. You may not understand why now, but this list will help you in the future so that you can see who may be interested in your upcoming vacancies. Now the fun part, determining the list price. You can accomplish this by contacting local property management companies in your neighborhood, also by using the expertise of local real estate professionals like the Earnest Key Team.
So after all of your marketing efforts have been conducted effectively, and you now have a pool of applicants to choose from, your real estate professional must be thorough and efficient with tenant screening. A brief summary of what your real estate professional will screen for include items such as credit history, rental history, and evictions occurring within 4 years. And then you have other screening criteria. For example, income verification, employment status, and relevant criminal history. The operative word is relevant.
So now that you've found your tenant, it's time to draft the lease. It is so important that you have the proper paperwork attached to your lease so that you can be compliant with the city. Trust me, you do not want to be that landlord in the eviction courtroom that gets kicked out because your paperwork is not right. The Certificate of Rental Suitability, also known as the CRS, discussed earlier, is one of these critical documents that you need to share with your tenants. What you must know is that whenever you present the CRS, you must also include the Partners for Good Housing brochure. Lead safety is a big concern in housing, and an indicator of how serious the city takes this issue is by the amount of documents that are required to be shared with both tenants and with the city. A couple of these documents are the Protect Your Family from Lead in Your Home brochure, the lead paint disclosure signed by both the landlord and tenant. This document indicates whether there is or is not lead paint inside the home. Another crucial document is the lead paint certificate. In order to get this certificate, you must have a licensed lead professional come to your property to do a screening for lead inside the unit. This lead specialist will provide you with the results, and as long as your home passes, they will also give you something called the lead certificate. The city requires that you add this certificate to their website, and in addition, you need to make sure that you share the results along with the certificate with your tenants. We're not done yet with going over the documents you need to include with your lease. The bedbug pamphlet is just one of these documents that needs to be included. This brochure lets both the landlord and tenant know who's responsible for and what needs to be included with the property when handling bedbugs. Make sure this one's attached with your lease. If you have 3 or more units in your property, it's important that you have a smoking policy in place. This could be as simple as just writing out the policy and handing it to the tenants. If pets are part of the arrangement, make sure that you include the pet addendum. This outlines what pets are included in the rent and what they're paying for both the pet deposit as well as if there's any pet rents that need to be paid each month. If you have any additional rules and regulations that you want to be addressed, make sure that you include that as well.
A big portion of your success will rest upon how well you can vet a contractor. Now, vetting a contractor can be the most intimidating and difficult task to execute as a successful landlord, but it's imperative that you do so and do it very well. Now, here are some things you can do to simplify this vetting process. For starters, you can ask for references. Next, you can ask to visit their job site. Now, this is probably my favorite thing to do when vetting contractors, because at the job site, you get to determine how organized this contractor is or isn't, how prompt they show up to their job site, and things of that nature. Also at the job site, I like to inspect the contractor's vehicles, tools, and clothes. Sometimes this can indicate how professional they are or aren't. Two more not so groundbreaking or innovative things you can do is ask for photos of past jobs and check for credentials such as insurance and licenses. Thanks for tuning in. See what I did there? If you're ready to be a successful landlord, please reach out to the Earnest Key Team. See you soon.